Power control system here will tell you what service that you have. Right now we're not plugged in. The generator's not running, so it's going to say none. If we were plugged in, it would say 30 amp shore power, or it would say generator. It will also tell you then, once we have that on, what items are powered or shed. If it sees low voltage, it will drop out, starting with your water heater. We'll take it off from electric, or your refrigerator, or your rear AC, or your front AC. It will also show you how many amps we're drawing. It's all automatic. Directly below that is our thermostat, which controls the front air conditioner and the furnace. Set your temperature where you like it. You can select heat, fan, or cool. If you put the fan, just put it into fan mode, it just runs the air conditioner fan on high. If you put it into cool, you then can select either automatic, which will have your fan on high or low speed and turn on and off with your temperature selected, or in on, either high or low speed, and the fan will stay on. The cooling will still maintain the temperature that you set it at, but the fan will run continuously. Some people prefer that so that the fan isn't turning on and off at night when they're sleeping. Heat turns on the furnace. The furnace burns propane and runs off from 12-volt power to operate. You probably can hear the fan running from me turning it on there. Below that is your inverter. Turn your inverter on. Press that button. The inverter will power the televisions and a couple of other outlets in the coach. Typically by the bed, you'll find an outlet that runs it possibly on the countertop. Pop the button out to turn it off. Inside the coach, we have your refrigerator. Refrigerator is controlled by this push button to turn it on or off. Right now you'll see it lights up. It says automatic, electricity, and then it goes to gas because we're not plugged into AC power. It will only run on gas. That is automatic. If you turn the coach on or turn the refrigerator on, you have it in the automatic mode. If electricity isn't there, it will select gas. So if you have your cord plugged in, you have it cooling at your campsite, you get ready to pack up and leave, and you unplug the coach, it will switch automatically over to LP gas. It does require 12 volts. Batteries have to be on for that to function. If you press your little thermostat here, you'll see a series of little snowflakes, I guess they are, light up. 5 is the coldest, 1 is the warmest. I'll probably start at 3 and see how that works for you and adjust it from there. The mode switch will change your fuel select between AC, gas, and automatic. Turn the refrigerator off, simply hold on the power button until the lights go out and it is off. Pretty straightforward on the inside, nothing too unusual in there for me to explain to you. Freezer on the top, refrigerator on the bottom. Stove is operated simply by turning the knob. You always want to have this gas or this cover up off the gas burners. Turn it to the light position, turn the spark knob, you'll see the burner ignites. Turn it back to off to shut it off. That spark knob over here also supplies the spark to light the oven. You do have to hold this button in, hold the oven knob in while you're turning the spark knob in order to get the oven to ignite. This is the light. It lights up your knobs and also inside the oven. Again, do not cook with this cover down. It's not intended for that. This cover gives you more storage or more cabinet space when you're not using the stove. Well, the stove is your microwave. Pretty much self-explanatory. I can heat up my lunch in it, but I can't tell you how to program it. You can set the clock on these. You do have to reset it every time you plug in or unplug. Back of the countertop here, we have a pop-up outlet, which does go down into the countertop when not in use. Just push the button and pull it up. It also has 2 USB connectors for charging your cell phones or laptops, that sort of thing. Sink has 2 covers. Pretty standard. Pull out sprayer. Television located behind the dinette table. Press the button here that says up. It raises the television up out of the counter. We recommend that you put it back down for travel. Like I said, the television is powered off from the inverter. With the inverter off, you will be required to have either 110 shore power or the generator operating. Up above TV in this cabinet, you'll find a Blu-ray player. You'll also find your TV antenna connections, satellite connections that go up on the roof, etc. Overhead bunk is located here. This key switch enables you to, as a safety thing, take the key out so no one can operate it. In order to put this overhead bunk down, you do have to release the seatbelt type buckle up here on the top. Once that's released, the switch is in the on position. You press down, and the bed does go down. Now to be careful, you can move these seats, tilt them back to get it to come down a little further. And it pretty much will come down to proper position. The switch located there is for the overhead bunk light. You may have noticed it flashed on and off. If this bed is raised up, once this bed comes up from its fully down position, that light will turn off. It is a safety that's built in so that you can't leave the light on and put the bunk up against it. But that switch does turn the light on and off. The seat belt is only located here on the driver's side, but make sure that when you raise this bed up, that you lock that seat belt in. That is a safety so that it can't possibly come down to the driver when he's operating the coach. Standard household style smoke detector. It does use a 9-volt battery inside. It's got a brand new one in it right now. Air conditioner return air vent. Do have these quick cool levers. Close these to get the air to travel through the ducts located throughout the ceiling. Open them up for quick cooling in the living area. Located to the left of the stove, you'll find the LP and carbon monoxide detector. That will go off if it detects any propane gas in the system or some cleaning chemicals and so on. Will set it off as well. So light switch located here. Another thermostat which functions the same way as the other one, except it does not have furnace. Just runs the air conditioner here in the bedroom. You do have another connection for the TV antenna to mount a television here on the wall for the bed. The mattress obviously just folds over. You need to fold it back into this position before you run the slide room in. In the bathroom, nothing too unusual. We have 2 switches here. One operates the light. One operates the fan. That's located in the roof vent up here. You need to turn this crank to open the vent up to allow the air to escape. Highly recommend that you close that when you're traveling. Toilet is operated by push pedal on the front. You just step the foot on the pedal and push it down. You'll see we have antifreeze in it right now. We like to keep some in there to keep that seal lubricated. We gave you a sample, like we showed you in that box, of toilet chemical. Highly recommend you use that in every tank. And also always use RV toilet paper. Use of regular household toilet paper will cause issues with your monitor, and it has caused tanks to plug up. So, standard operating shower. On-off valves. There is a switch on the head so you can shut the water off to conserve water. I think that pretty much covers the bathroom. Moving up to the driver's compartment. have a stereo system that operates from either the ignition power or from the coach power when the battery disconnect by the door there is turned on. It does have Bluetooth. It does have navigation. Exit that app. We'll go to our home screen, radio, disc, plays DVDs as well as CDs, Bluetooth, Sirius XM ready. It's looking for my phone right now. Hit the radio button. It'll come up with some preset stations or whatever station it was on last. That's pretty simple, and we do have supply the manual for that. I'll show you where those are here shortly. Standard heater controls, standard automotive heater controls. The buttons down here for air conditioning, air recirculation. You have another switch to start and stop the generator here so you can start it while you're traveling down the road. You can run the generator while you're traveling down the road if you want to run the rough air conditioners or the televisions or possibly the microwave. The light switch here turns on the overhead light, which is located on the bottom of the overhead bunk. Standard outlet ducts for the air conditioning and heat, defrost, etc. On this side, we have your leveling jack system control. Right now, the jacks are down. Before we travel, we're going to want to hit the retract all button. When you operate these jacks, you do need to put the emergency brake on, which is just the pedal here to left the steering column. To retract the jacks, we'll just hit the all retract. You'll hear it operate. It'll beep, tell you that it is operating. The 4 indicator lights that you'll see are telling you that the jacks are down. Okay, the jacks now are fully retracted. When it has completed its cycle here, it will stop and give you one solid beep and stop. The operating light will go out. At this point, jacks are up. We turn the power off. It's ready to travel. When we get to where we're going to park it, we're going to once again hit the power button, turn it on, press the auto level button. You can hear the pump running. You'll see the jacks down light came on, and it is currently extending the jacks. It is pre-programmed to level the coach. When you're operating these jacks, you want to remain still and not move the coach around too much because it will throw off the sensors that are looking for the level position. Any questions on this system? It's very easy to find on YouTube or on the internet explanations of how this system works. It is compatible with your phone. You can operate these jacks by downloading the app and stand right outside and run the jacks up and down if you'd like to. We're going to let that operate, move forward. We've got a switch here that controls the movement of the mirrors, left and right, up, down, etc. Mirror heat to defrost the mirrors. Battery boost, if you find that your coach is cranking slow or won't start, you press this button and it will connect. It will connect your all your batteries together as a jump start to start the coach. The next switch that says shade up and down is for your forward-facing overhead shade. Gives you privacy when you're camping. It also can be utilized as a sun visor when you're traveling. If we turn the ignition to the on position, run the shade down, shade should stop before it obstructs your view. I'm going to retract it back up. Located forward to that, you find a cup holder. You'll find a 12-volt port, standard outlet type port, 12-volt. Headlight switch, parking lots, headlights, dimmer switch for the dash lights, and your dash. You have tilt steering, which is the lever here. Wheels are turned right now, but cruise control is in the steering wheel. And pretty standard dash gauges. Tow haul mode, if you're pulling something, simply depress the button on the end of the shift lever, turn it on or off. Below that, you'll find your switches here that control your dash display. For your information center, you're located in the dash. You can do a system check. You can change your meter from English to metric, etc. You can reset your trip to 0. Press the info button. It's 59 degrees in our shop today. You have 368 miles on the coach, obviously. So you can scroll through that. And that's all covered in the Ford manual, and I'll show you where those are here shortly. Cocktail table. Post is in place. Table's actually right now located next to the passenger seat. Next to the passenger seat, you'll find 2 USB ports right there to charge your phone, etc. And also a 110 outlet, which is operated from the inverters. So if you have a laptop or that sort of thing that you want to power up, you can do it from that. Back here in the kitchen, in this drawer are your remotes. Remote for dash radio. Pardon me. Remote for your Blu-ray player. Remote for television. Located under the stove. In this drawer, find a couple of bags. In these bags, you're going to find the filter that we talked about. You're going to find all the owner's manuals for both the coach and the chassis in here. This hose is for winterizing. We talked about how you can use that inlet port and draw antifreeze directly in. That's covered in the manual as well. Or it's a service that we offer as well. I think that pretty well covers everything. Thank you for purchasing from TerryTown RV. If you have any questions, we're always available by phone to help you any way we can. So please be sure and contact us. Thank you.